Sedano.
Here.
Councilmember Goldman.
Here.
Councilmember Mazza.
Here.
Council President Gonzalez.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Councilman Questa. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is a regular meeting of the Municipal Board of Alcohol and Beverage Control. Members of the City Council of the City of Elizabeth. Notice of this meeting has been prominently posted on the City Hall bulletin board reserved for such announcements and is on file with the City Clerk and ABC Board Secretary, Room 106, City Hall, Elizabeth, New Jersey, and mailed to any person upon request. A copy of this notice was sent for publication to the media. First order of business. Motion to approve minutes from the scheduled ABC meeting held July 23rd, 2012.
So moved, Mr. President.
Moved by Councilman Questa. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Goldman. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Excuse.
Councilmember Questa.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedano.
Aye.
Councilmember Goldman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Gonzalez.
Excuse me. Next order of business. Renewal of Nina's Bar and Restaurant Corp. trading as Beverage Lounge. CO Benjamin A. Stanzioli Jr. Trustee. Inactive retail consumption license number 2004-33-056-005. City license number C-115. This inactive license is located at 345-347 2nd Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. License has paid the 2012-2013 annual fees and tax claim certificate was received. Special ruling received from Director of ABC pursuant to NJSA 33:1-12.39 and is not eligible for renewal for the 2012-2013 license term. Is there a motion?
So moved, Mr. President.
Moved by Councilman Goldman. Second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Questa. Any comments? Seeing none, roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Aye.
Councilmember Questa.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedano.
Aye.
Councilmember Goldman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Gonzalez.
Aye. Next order of business. Application for person-to-person transfer from Benjamin A. Stanzioli Jr., trustee, Nina's Bar and Restaurant Corp., trading as Beverage Lounge, holder of plenary retail consumption license number 2004-33-056-005. City license number C-115, located at 345-347 2nd Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. 2. The Silver Bar and Restaurant and Pizzeria Corporation, trading as Beverage Lounge, holder of plenary retail consumption license number 2004-33-056-006. City license number C-115, located at 345-347 2nd Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Corporate structure, Jose Cuadros da Silva, 345 2nd Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Stockholder and president with 100% of business owned and 100 shares.
In the record.
Franklin, appearing for Mr. De Silva and the corporation.
Who's with you?
Mr. De Silva.
Are there any questions? This application is in the first floor. The first floor councilman is not here. However, I did speak with the councilman, and he had no problem with this license. His only request is if there were any conditions that they continue. Mr. Secretary, are there any conditions?
There were no go-go
No. No one voted.
and no DJ, no tea night, no DJ.
No, they gonna have a restaurant like I used to have back in 1972.
Yeah.
I was born 72 until 16 years later, then I sold for Chilean guy. Then the Chilean guy, he later sold to Portuguese guys. And that time I was in Portugal. And then the Portuguese guy stood there for 16 years. And then they sold to 2 ladies. That's when the building was destroyed. And she was told me what they wanted to rent. I then put up a report for the gift from my first.
I heard the council respond to the objection, no go-go, no DJ, no live entertainment.
Yes, and as well as no outside promoters or events. Okay.
Mr. President?
Councilman Long.
Yeah, I don't think it did, but I guess this whole thing, I don't think it's anything actually steelers.
Pastor.
Yes, sir.
Any problems with this?
No, none whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Anybody from the public wish to speak on this license?
Mr. President, I have a motion to move the application to a vote.
Moved by Councilman Questa, seconded by Councilman Long. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Acosta.
Aye.
Councilmember Flake. Aye. Councilmember Sedania.
Aye.
Councilmember Bowman.
Aye.
Councilmember Matza.
Aye.
Council President Gonzalez.
Aye. Good luck, Mr. Song. Next order of business, application for person-to-person and place-to-place transfer from Sierra Riverside Inn Incorporated, inactive plenary retail consumption license number 2004-33-219-004, city license number C-114, located at 94 Front Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. 2, El Tiburón Restaurant Incorporated, trading as El Tiburón Restaurant, plenary retail consumption license number 2004-33-219-005, city license number C-114, to its new location at 3 2nd Street, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Corporate structure, Jessica R. Ortega, 417 Chilton Street, Elizabeth, President, Secretary, and stockholder, with 100% of business owned and 100 shares.
For the record.
Mr. Chairman, Councilman, Council, Secretary Roberto Viola, here on behalf of the applicant.
And Jessica Ortega is here.
This is the with the red shirt. And next to me is Ms. Diana Marti, M-A-R-T-I. She is the certified translator by the Administrative Office of the Courts. And she's here only because even though Ms. Ortega's English is workable in the business setting, she has to learn a lot of English for feeding throughout to make it clear.
Okay, are there any questions on this license?
Mr. President, I have
Councilman Bowman.
two questions. I have a question here on the 13th about the security. I'm sorry, I'm speaking, I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah,
on this questionnaire, number 13, about security, I just have to find out how many security she's gonna have there. That's one. And the next question is, how many hours are they gonna train the employees? Did you understand the question? On the security.
This is the first one, on the security.
Yeah, how many security? And how many hours are they train the employees? How many? So two. How many hours are going to train by employees?
I didn't really understand the question very well. How many hours?
I understand that you're going to train your employees on the premises. I'm trying to find out how many hours of the day are you going to train your employees on the premises?
¿Cuántas horas va a utilizar usted en el lugar para entrenar a los empleados?
Mr. President, did she fill out the application?
Yeah, she did.
Is she aware of what she wrote? It's on the application.
Is she aware she
Yeah, question number 13. So, yeah.
Do you have the application? He's asking about the routine and training the employees. How many hours?
That is the question
What?
I'm asking.
What do you mean you don't know?
Whatever hours are necessary to train them, whatever hours are needed.
That's not it. That's escape. That's an escape. That's not a true answer. She has them here. She's going to train her employees on the premises. I questioned to her how many hours. I'm not going to accept that answer you just gave me. I need to find out how many hours she's going to train her employees on the premises. That's what I'm going to find out.
Y lo que quiere saber es cuántas horas, de acuerdo con la respuesta que dio aquí, usted va a utilizar para entrenar a las personas. As far as the security people, I know that they're trained.
I'm not talking about the high security.
Council, may I ask a couple of questions?
Let her answer. And get back to the councilwoman question also. Did she fill out this application? She did.
Yes, I did.
Does she understand what she was filling out?
I'm sorry.
Did she understand what she was filling out?
Usted entendió lo que le estaban preguntando y lo que usted respondió. Of course, but it's just that the question, like, how many hours?
Councilman, perhaps you can ask how she's going to train the employees.
Yeah, I can ask a couple of questions with your permission.
The director to the client, was,
Yes, sir. Mr. Taylor, you're familiar with the ABC Book of Rules and Regulations? Is that correct?
Está familiarizado con la regulación del libro de regulaciones de la ABC. What
employees, you mean that you will pass on that knowledge based on the agency rules and regulations? So that they also understand what are the rules and regulations of the agency?
Cuando usted habla de entrenar a sus empleados, está hablando de enseñarles a ellos o pasarles la información de las reglas y regulaciones de la ABC. Sí, exacto.
And you all,
Yes, exactly.
and you all are going to do the supervision.
Y eso todo va a estar bajo su supervisión.
Exacto, o hablar con ellos, comunicarles a veces por cualquier descanso que pueda suceder.
Exactly. To talk to them, to train them, and with anything that could happen.
Better, I think, yeah. I look forward to this matter, Frank.
Are there any other questions? Councilman Mazza.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, the new owner, apparently she's only 35 years of age. My question to her, which is related to question number 1, and pertaining to what kind of experience she had in business, in restaurant, and retail liquor. She says yes. She also will get how much? 2 years and 3 months. My question to you is, Ms. Ortega, in what capacity did you work in elements? Did you work in restaurants? Okay. I guess at this time I would like to have the attorney maybe spend some time with this young lady, explain to her all the, besides the rule and regulation of the ABC, the true life of living and serving in a bar, especially at a younger age that she is. She wants to be an owner, plus a manager. She wants to open up the place. Attorney law, sorry to put you on the judge again.
Councilman Vanessa, the lady is no longer a table server. She's now the sole owner of the restaurant for quite some time. We asked her, she's the manager of the restaurant as owner of the Tiburon Restaurant LLC for quite a few months away.
Thank you for clarifying that, Councilman. In her application, she knows she's the manager.
But she's manager, and sole owner of the LLC.
Mr. Lobo, my pointer is this. Being a server on one time is different than being the owner. She has to be responsible of all the serving. If Mr. Mazza comes to your bar, I usually like to go to a bar. If I come to your bar and I have a 5 drink, and you think that Mr. Mazza is not capable to bring any other drink, that you're going to serve me an extra drink, or you're just going to make sure that I get drunk, and then on my way home, are you allow me to drive the car on your premises, or do you answer Mr. Mazza, don't drink no more, or make sure I have a taxi and I'll send you home? Those are the things that the councilman before was trying to also aim to it, that you know your responsibility, especially now your responsibility is going to be more than actually serving at the table as a waiter or whatever. Being responsible to liquor is another type of potential substance that might kill people's life, or you only have to be conscientious about it, to know your customers and be able to judge whether he or she, have enough in your body. You have to train your people the right way, because, today's society, apparently, you hear on the radio occasionally there's a car accident because of the DWI, responsibility. So make sure that you speak with some people, whether it's the ABC secretary or just ask them back from the ABC police. If you're not clear about the ABC law that we have in the city, which are the state law requirement, make sure you become familiarized, because right now, you're gonna be the owner, you're gonna jeopardize your investment if you don't know all your rules and regulations. That is what my concern is.
I have discussed with Mr. Vega commercial insurance and particular laws and what is the potential for liability arising out of resulting from the investigation of patrons, whether they were investigated before they came to the premises, at the premises, if they cause property damage or injury to a third party after leaving a place. And to let the officers recognize what the person has to be done. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Is that it, Councilman?
That's it.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I share the same concerns as Councilman Massa and what Councilman Gorman was alluding to. That's the fact of the training. According to the application, as stated by Councilman Massa, this young lady has been in this business 2 years and 3 months. During that time, she stated freely that she was a server, not a manager, a server. So my concern is too, not only the her length of time in the business, but also the concern of the safety of the residents in that community. The location is on 2nd Street, and sometimes it gets quite vibrant in that community. And I would like to know from the police department if there have been any issues around that area regarding any activity that's unlawful as pertains to selling to underage people, having people be drunk and leaving establishments and getting into accidents. All those things are a great concern, and we want to know, not only for the benefit of the residents, but also for the new owner, what all of her duties will entail. 2 years and 3 months as a server. Now, full responsibility for your staff, making sure that your staffing is correct, making sure that their information is located on the premises, making sure they have no prior discretions that will preclude them from working in an atmosphere that sells liquor. There's a lot of questions that go into running a business and making it successful. And we want her to be successful. But we also want to make sure that our residents in that immediate community are also protected. So has there been any concerns?
Thank you, Pastor.
No, ma'am, there hasn't been any done in the last 3 years. I ran the address in the last 3 years. There were no complaints or issues at T-Bone, the restaurant itself. As a sideline to this, I spoke to Ms. Ortega. She came in right away. We did have a couple of concerns and issues that we went over, and she was able to provide all the correct answers and paperwork that we asked her for immediately. I also went over her responsibility. She's ultimately responsible for everything that happens there. She seems to understand that as well. I did your refresh a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, because the time she starts to remain open from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m.
Yes, and she actually said also that she plans on being there during the entire hours of operation.
All 7 days.
That's what she said. She said she's prepared to work hard.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilman. Can I just clarify one thing, please? And she noted that she started as a server there, she's a manager now. How long has she actually been managing the place? And we also, we've made a lot of reference here about her understanding and acknowledging her responsibility under the Constitution.
restaurant, you're going to be responsible for all alcoholic beverage activity at the premises.
Usted sabe que si esto pasa y no prueba, usted va a ser responsable de todas las actividades que tengan que ver con esa cosa en el restaurante. Yes, exactly.
Just wanted to ensure that that was answered since it's not the application.
It wasn't answered.
It was not answered, she just
Yes,
asked.
it-
That's correct. And again, she indicated 7 months she would manage the restaurant herself
She's actually sole proprietor.
and sole proprietor. And we have a lot of questions about security and her understanding of responsibilities and the employees. I saw she noted that she plans to employ 3 individuals. And she also knows that she plans to have working as security too. Does that mean she's gonna have 5 or 2 of those 3 are going to be security?
No, two security and 3 personnel.
Okay, all right, thank you.
So the record is clear, someone asked a question. With regards to the security personnel, on what days do you plan to bring the security staff?
¿Qué días son los que ustedes a tener aquí?
Mr. President.
On weekends. On weekends, which are the days that they're working over.
Mr. President.
Is that Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or just Saturday and Sunday?
Eso es viernes, sábado y domingo, o solamente viernes y sábado. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mr. President, did she say,
Councilman.
did she say she had 3 security?
No, 3 staff, 2 security.
Say again?
3 employees and 2 security.
2 security.
On the weekends.
Okay.
I'd also like to ask if she knows here in terms of live entertainment, the only thing she plans to add is a DJ. No, she's indicated in terms of live entertainment, the only thing she plans to have is a DJ.
Yes, and he's going to play music for the public.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
thank you. A DJ, I don't know if it falls under live entertainment. Maybe I can get a clarification from the attorney, but it's under my assumption that live entertainment means a band, go girls, things of that nature.
If you look at question 10,
I see the
it
question.
says live entertainment, and the only live entertainment is going to be DJ. She did check off, she will not have a dance hall permit.
I know, but can we just put it in the record, since she said yes? It says number 10, do you plan to present or offer any live entertainment? She put yes, and then she put DJ, but I don't want that to get misconstrued and allow a band or other types of form of live entertainment, because she did check yes. So can we just put it in the record that it is only pertaining to a DJ and no other form of live entertainment?
We can make that condition on her license.
Okay.
Live entertainment will be DJ.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we just want to make sure she's clear that that will be the only live entertainment she will have. Because that will be a condition of the license. Okay. Now, does she understand also, another condition will be no go-go dancing? Okay. Does she have a problem with of no teammates. Okay, just want to make clear, there's going to be some of the conditions as well as no outside promoter. She can do her own promotions. Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes, Councilman Moore.
one last question. On number 2, I know the hours of work that hour of work she's going to be there full time, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. She going to work 70 hours a week.
That's what she said.
Don't pay no break. 10 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yes. All I have is my business, is the restaurant, and I dedicate myself just to that.
Okay, Councilman?
I just want to make one observation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. The restaurant is going to be open for 18 hours. Because it's opening up at 9 a.m., closing at 3 a.m. Is that not 18 hours? I think that is 18 hours. I'm just saying because she said she was going to be at the full length of the hours.
Do you understand what the councilwoman was saying? She's saying she's going to do 10 hours, the rest it's going to be open 18, so somebody else is going to be in charge.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Well, yes, there will be somebody who will be there in the hours that they not be there.
Appreciate that. We just want to make sure that person is aware of the rules. Because even if she's not there, she's still going to be liable or held accountable for whatever transpires in her absence. I mean, it's fine, but she just needs to be aware that whoever it is, that person need to understand.
Of course.
Thank you.
Also, I just have one other thing in the application. She knows she plans to close 3 a.m. Just make sure she's clear that during the week it's 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Weekdays, okay? Councilman,
Mr. President, if I'm not mistaken, we do have ordinance and a rule that also prohibits to open up the restaurant so early, especially if she has a liquor establishment. What are the requirements to open up to serve people in the daytime? We start serving people 9 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock? I don't think so. So right there, she knows the rule. You have to serve the restaurant at 2:30 after hour before closing, is that correct? Make sure that she understands that. She cannot serve drinks on Sunday before 12 o'clock or whatever hours, because it's a violation.
Yes, that's correct.
So she has to be aware.
Councilman Massey, if I may, with permission, sir. The restaurant will open for breakfast in the mornings. For breakfast, if she understands that they're going to be served in accordance with the orders of the city of Elizabeth, any of the times that she opens is going to be for ham and eggs or breakfast, etc., and not will be served at those times.
Mr. Lower, you know and I know that if you and I would close our premises at 3 o'clock, by the time you and I would go home, we go to the diner, go there, and we have scrambled eggs, but I'm home with my wife at 5 o'clock in the morning. You think she's gonna get up in the morning, open up at 9, and clean up the premises at the same time? Impossible.
I don't want to specify that. When we had a discussion, the breakfast people will come in the morning. And so breakfast is primarily will be there when the liquor hours are in fact and serve liquor. So the guy who does the grill and makes the pancakes in the morning is an hour restaurant.
So that means she's gonna have 3 more people working in the morning for breakfast, and then there's 3 people come in for night to serve in a bar restaurant, or the same people. That means it's gonna be an increase of employee.
She was referring to the staff that originally be there at the beginning of the business picks up with serving of liquor. I don't think, quite frankly, I don't think she can believe that it cleans the bathrooms, it cleans the floors. That would be a part-time person. And I apologize for that.
Thank you. Councilman Costa?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, so I'm actually back here, we don't hear all the testimony. I'm prepared to support this application, but I need a clarification. I need a clarification about the hours of operation and the hours that the manager or owner is going to be there, because I'm kind of confused. Earlier, the issue of age was raised. I didn't feel comfortable with that. I accept the fact that as a young person, she would be able to work many, many hours, but we have to be practical here too. So I really need to know the hours of operation and what will her hours be before I make a determination whether to support her or not. As of now, I am, but I need that issue clarified. And I would like to hear, Mr. President, I'm sorry, in my case, on the advantage or being bilingual, I would like to hear the answer both from the translator as well as from the applicant.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Well, the question was quite lengthy. Basically, what I said was that in order for me to finally make up my mind and support this application, I need to know the hours of operation, and I need to know how many hours she physically will be on the premises. Because I believe that it was Councilman Nasa making the comment, yes, she may be able to work long days, but no one can work 20 hours a day after day. Mr. President, can you?
Speaking to is it I was going to chance. Just
A partir de las 9 de la mañana, pero físicamente a partir del mediodía y la hora que se va a poder hacer el turismo.
The restaurant itself, it will be open at 9 o'clock in the morning, but physically, I will be there starting at 12 noon, which is when liquor can be sold.
Okay, thank you.
Satisfactory, Councilman?
Yes, I have the answer. She's there, she's going to be there from 12 to 3 a.m. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
That's 15 hours a day, Mr. Chairman.
Is there more chairs?
An hour.
Yeah.
Is there more chairs?
Yes.
In my book?
I'm sorry, but I did not get that. Maybe she was supposed to.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, she's planning to go to the application to work 10 hours, and she she just indicated she would look at 13, 14-hour days. It seems to be a lot for one person.
It's for the mass, Mr. President. It's for the mass.
For one person, that seems to be a lot. But, still her.
It's for the mass, Mr. President. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's just that I consider that I have a responsibility because of the license and I will be responsible for that. Therefore, I should be there. I'm responsible for it. It's my responsibility.
Can I
Mr. President?
yeah, Councilman Brown, can I have 1 second?
Sure.
I just wanna know, what is, are those hours she's been working now?
Exactly. Those are the times I work. Well, obviously, this restaurant closes earlier. Therefore, but I'm there from 8:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
Mr. President?
Yeah, Councilman.
I'm just making a general statement. It's really to the legal representatives for applicants that appear before the board, is that the applicant questionnaire, it's very important that the applicants fill them out as accurately as possible. Because we use this, the board, we use this as a guide to ask a question and to make decisions. It's just a very good tool that we use. And then if the applicant comes before us and can't recall what they put on the application, I don't know what to say, Mr. President. I don't know how we can make an intelligent decision when we have the application before us, and then the applicant appears, and then, we can't get the information to be, synchronized, because they, I don't know, they forget what they put on the application or what, but I'm just saying to the legal representatives that maybe you need to go over the application with your clients before they come up, just to refresh their memory in terms of what they put on the application. Because if not, and then we have this case that we have now, it's just a sidebar connotation.
Well, I think we have made it clear enough what her responsibilities would be. She wants to work 10, 18 hours a day. And she's been doing what she says to this point. I mean, I wish her the best. I applaud her for being able to do it. And there haven't been any problems. Apparently, the detective has cited prior to her being there and since she's been there. So, I'd like to, Councilman Slade.
Mr. President, I just wanted to add that, if anything, this should be raised concerns to her attention, simply because it seems like there's a lot of holes when it comes to the plan of running the business. There's not clear clarity when it comes to knowing the knowledge and the details of running the business. So the bottom line is that this is a heavy responsibility. So up to this moment, there hasn't been any issues, but without question, if there's anything that comes in the near future, of course, you'll be back here. So I just encourage you to do everything you can to get a good hold on your business, knowing exactly what needs to get done, knowing all the details, and just making sure everything is in order. And at the same time, making sure you have a solid plan, just to make sure, because everything is riding on your shoulders. Those are a lot of hours, so just in case if anything happens, you get sick. How's the business going to operate? But just want to encourage you to make sure everything's in place. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman.
And I'm being very brief. I've been sitting here and I said, hey, we all ask questions. And I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But having this young lady trying to open up a business, it's almost like sending a police officer out in the street without his gun, without his protective vest on. It is no way I can support this application with this young lady going out into the world. We want to see everybody be successful. But I don't think she understands the question that was asked before her. We all asked, she didn't answer correctly. Now, if anyone else wants to support, that's okay. That's okay, but I just can't support it with the answer she has given us. And I don't think it'd be fair to her to send her out into the world trying to run a business, but she has someone there alongside her, guide her with experience, you know, and making sure that she's making the right decision. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilman. Yeah, Councilman Madison.
Mr. President, with all due respects, I have never been to Riga as a councilman, very simple, because I've never been to a restaurant where they have to check my ID to get in, you know, outside the premises to have security. I've never been to a restaurant with my wife where there's security to do what? We have a terrorist attack on your premises? I don't know. Is that the security for a restaurant? This is a restaurant bar. Check ID to go to a restaurant. There's something here that is not kosher, is not really sound right to me, Mr. President. I do not feel comfortable unless this person would like to reconsider it and be instructed that won't be responsibility. I mean, it's not right to tell her to go on a road and adventure with 3 months of experience. This is money investment, insurance, quantity of utensils that you have to use for a restaurant. You have to go shop for meat, for fish, for this and that. You know, what is the capacity, Mr. Bustamante, for this premises? Because, you know, just because somebody would allow them ideas in the past to approve certain application, that would be a problem in the neighborhood. This is not going to happen for the future in our city.
There's a small restaurant now, Mr. Master. I believe it's like around 40 and 50 people that are feeding there.
So it's a small restaurant. Okay.
Council President, may I address the comments?
You may. Richard.
Council Bowman, this young lady has been working for quite a long time in other jobs and then this restaurant. She managed to get enough money to purchase this restaurant she had a Riverside Inn from her hard sweat savings. And she is not going to let this money go south. She knows that if there is a violation, she will have to come back here to report, not as an applicant, but as a respondent to charges. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of hard money that she's not borrowing, Sierra, she was making all cash. And she's not about to throw it out the window. So please, I would implore you to have a little faith on this young lady who at her age has managed to do so well.
I have to say, if I may, Councilwoman, I have to say, I sort of kind of agree with the councilor. I mean, here we have this young lady, once again, I applaud what she's done, what she's trying to do. I know we've had other applicants that have come before us with similar backgrounds, experience, and we approve those applications. I think we should give her an opportunity. However, the only thing I'm missing is that I believe this application is from the first floor, and the first floor councilman not here, and did not get any input from the councilman in terms of how he feels about this application. But if it were for me, I think, she's been there 2 years, 3 months, she's managed for 7 months, she's been doing it. I think we should give her an opportunity. I just would like to hear from the first floor councilman. I mean, so we can either move forward or table this application. Councilman Cuesta.
Mr. President, I do agree with you also that some of the comments made by the attorney are important to consider. I think there's no doubt that there have been some inconsistencies in this application, even in the testimony provided by the applicant. I am certainly not going to deny an applicant or an application because a person is willing to work hard. I respect that. But I would strongly suggest to this applicant that she has competent people helping and supporting her. Because I know many businessmen who are very successful, and at times they work 24 hours a day, and 11 days. But they are surrounded by very competent individuals supporting them. I didn't hear that here tonight. In conclusion, I'm willing to give her, the benefit of the doubt, but she really has to consider some of the points that we have made here this evening because they're really, really significant. Thank you, Mr. Council.
Any comments?
Yes, Mr. President. I hate to beat an issue, but her attorney mentioned something about she worked many years. But the application only says 2 years and 3 months, and I don't know. I don't feel that that's a lot of years. And if there's other places where she had worked in this type of industry, then we would wish that was forthcoming and we would have known about it. That would help improve the application if she works someplace else or at another establishment. That is always very helpful information for us. Secondly, I would like to know what the board council person would have thought about this application, because I know he is very active in his ward, and for him not, Mr. President, for you and him not to talk about the application, leaves a question mark in my mind. If we go forward, I will be supporting the application because I believe that the young lady does deserve a chance, but I'm very skeptical about, I don't know, maybe she didn't fill out the application. I truly don't believe she filled out the application or someone helped her, because a lot of things she did not understand when we started asking her about it, like in terms of her length, how long she's going to be working, the hours. First she says she's going to go in at 12 o'clock, and then she says she'll be at 8:30. So there's a lot of ambiguity in her responses. But I just want the record to reflect that the information needs to be forthright. As we present these applications before us, so that we can make a good, educated, honest decision. Thank you, Mr. President.
Well, I think we've touched on all the major points that we needed to this evening and stressed enough to the applicant of her responsibilities, not only herself, but her employees. employees. And so I think we need to make a motion. Who'd like to make a motion on this application?
Mr. President, I think the two councilmen are large to convince me of the fact that we should give this young lady an opportunity. This is her American dream, and I will reconsider my thoughts. I will give her a chance if she fails. She has to pay the consequences. I'll make a motion to approve with all the stipulations that was set before. Show Mr. DePaul the other stipulations. Dancing, disco.
Would you summarize the conditions, please?
Only DJ, the only live entertainment permitted will be DJ, no go-go, no team nights, no outside promoters.
Okay, Councilman. Okay, so there's a motion by Councilman Mazza to approve the application with the conditions set.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Questa. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins, Agosto.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedano.
Aye.
Councilmember Goldman.
No.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Wilson.
Aye. Congratulations. Wish you the best, and hopefully you understood everything was for your own good and the future of your business, okay? Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next order of business, disciplinary hearing for Party Maker Corp. trading as a Club Mountain.
Councilman, there's 3 charges against Club Alamo, all brawls on a licensed premises. I spoke with the attorney for Club Alamo, and following is the recommendation. The licensee will enter non-fault to the 3 charges, so it'll be a total of 180 days. Because of non-fault plea, there's a credit of 20%, which is 36 days, which brings it down to 144 days. The licensee will close premises for 30 days, and we will hold in abeyance the remaining 114 days for 1 year. There's no further convictions within this 1 year period. You won't have to close or serve that time. And I also recommend that you be given, on the request of the attorney for the licensee, 2 weeks to get rid of his stock and give him some time to get his affairs in order.
I also would like to tell the board, council, that this unfortunate situation that we believe is borderline regarding violations. I also know that my client has made substantial improvements in the security and how he handles his business. Unfortunately, this events happen close to one another. I understand that there has been no further incidents of any kind. I also understand that Detective Passionate is very, very pleased with the way my client has been operating the business. In addition to that, my client has been hiring with the police, security details, and other private security details. And from least from my client, his conversations with the police and the detective have been all positive. I'm very, very pleased how he's running his business. Unfortunately, this incident, in my mind, borderline that occurred, and we're here to at least face this event.
Okay, maybe, what's the president?
Yes, there were 3 incidents. The third incident was March 24th. Since that March 24th, 2012 incident, there's been no incidents at Club Malibu whatsoever. whatsoever. There's been no issues. I know Mr. Gavalanis continues to hire police officers on the weekends at a really good rate. I know he beefed up his own security, and I think he himself told me in a conversation we had that it was a learning curve for him since he was a relatively new owner. And he feels, and at this time we feel also, the police department, that he's learned better ways of dealing with potential problems. And like I said, we're going on, in the middle of September. We haven't heard anything since March, which was the final, the last of the 3 charges that were. So, I mean, to echo what the councilor said, it definitely we haven't had any complaints. There's been no issues whatsoever since March 24th.
Thank you. Mr. President, I just have, Detective, I'm sorry, if you could elaborate on the 3 charges, exactly what happened in those nights.
There were 3 charges. The unfortunate thing was they happened pretty close to each other. In a nutshell, I'll give you a brief outlay of what happened. On February the 18th, there were 2 arrests for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. I'm sorry, 2 arrests for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest, and that happened at closing time. And that was February 18th. On March the 10th, there was some sort of an altercation which occurred. There were also a couple of arrests that were, as a result of that. And then on the 24th, as I mentioned, was the 3rd and final. So it kind of raised a red flag. That was 2 arrests and it was an aggravated assault which took place. 2 arrests, all out-of-town people. And that's what kind of caught our attention, is that there were 3 incidents that happened relatively close together. I brought Mr. Gavalanis in, had a conversation with him, as well as Mr. Vipiola, and like I said, since then, he's really kept his nose clean. So we feel that's a good thing, and he's always accessible to us. 1 phone call and he comes right in or answers his phone. He's not difficult to get a hold of. He continues to hire the police, at a really good rate, and since this time, there's been no incidents.
Also, if I may, there's only one incident, I think the middle one that occurred inside of the establishment. The other ones occurred like in the parking lot, etc.
That's correct. And Mr. Gavalanis knows that he's responsible for that. Correct. That's correct.
If I may, one of the incidents, there was no fight or brawl or anything. It was just unruly customers said, he cursed the officer. The officer said, leave. He said no, and they arrested him for that. There was no punches thrown, no one was fighting, and that was very clearly stated on the riot. There was no fight at all on February 18th.
I know I've spoken with him personally, and I've expressed to him even a couple months back when you took over the establishment, my concern of the neighborhood, especially there's a couple senior citizen buildings just down the block from where your establishment is. What are the changes that you learned? Because obviously what stood out, the red flag, was 3 incidents back to back within 6 weeks, pretty much happened. Like, what are the changes that you've made since then to now to do your best to prevent these things from happening?
Okay, the first thing, just wanted to share with you a timeline that, when I opened up in December 2011, the first incident happened in February 18th, like Detective Patrick said. So by that time, we're still hiring, security, hiring the police detail, but there definitely was a learning curve for me as a new owner. I've been an ICAP promoter for 18 years, but from a promoter perspective, I knew what I was doing, but from an owner perspective, in hiring the right staff, it just took a little bit of time. So these 3 incidents happened back to back to back, right? When Detective Patrick called me in and he said, listen, what's going on? You need to shape up. I right away, I let go of a couple security, I hired new staff. We used to do a 2:20 basketball protocol, now we do at 2:30. So it gives us more ample time for them to disperse quietly. At 3 o'clock, there was no patients inside. But what I learned was, very important was, security I used to hire, they were thinking, okay, 3 o'clock, no patients inside, I've done my job. My job is done. They would push everybody out. At 3 o'clock, no one was inside. But that's not where it ends. And that's what I learned. That at 3 o'clock, we have to go outside and we have to 13 to 15 security men. They're outside, make sure that everybody's in their car and out, leaving the premises completely, not just inside. And that's one thing I learned the hard way, thinking that at 301, no one's inside, my job is done, but my job is not done. And that's a lesson that I learned the hard way, because now I'm here, thinking that, okay, 3 o'clock, I'm done. When is it happening at 3:15 in the morning, in the parking lot? So I'm thinking, wow, you know what? I know that I have to tell my security guards, stay outside, make sure everybody leaves. Once everybody's gone, the parking lot is clean, your job is done, you go. That's one thing I learned.
For myself, I just need a little clarification, I guess, Rocco. When it comes to, like, I know the charges, like there's 3 charges against the establishment. One of the charges, from my understanding, was a customer that cursed at the police officer and he was arrested.
I think what we're getting into now is something that we could go into closed session on a motion and discuss the penalty, if you wish. But somebody needs to make a motion to go into closed session.
To go into closed session, Mr. President, make a motion to go into closed session.
I second the motion.
Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedanian.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Wilson.
Aye. Go back into open session. Second by Councilwoman Perkins Dusty, seconded by
Mazel.
okay, seconded by Councilman Mazel. Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta. Aye. Councilmember Sedanian.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Wilson.
Aye.
Okay, after some further review, the recommendation remains on the same, 144 days, closing 30 days. But the 114 days will be held in banks for 6 months instead of a year. So if there's no convictions within 6 months, then you don't have to serve those days. Then we'll give you a couple of weeks to get your inventory out and your affairs in order. So there's a motion to approve the recommendation.
Motion to approve the recommendation, the third
Motion
motion.
by Councilman Sedano, second. Second by Councilman Coleman. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedanian.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Wilson.
Aye. Next order of business, renewal of Family and Friends Wines and Liquors Incorporated for the 2012-2013 license term. Family and Friends Wines and Liquors Incorporated inactive retail distribution license number 2004-44-119-007. City license number C-D27, formerly located at 859 Elizabeth Avenue, Elizabeth. Licensee has paid the 2012-2013 annual fees and tax clearance certificate was received. Special ruling received from the Director of ABC pursuant to NJSA 33:1-12.39. Relief for the 2012-2013 license term. Director of ABC is requesting following special conditions be placed on license. No further renewals of this license shall be granted unless the license is being actively used at an approved site on or before June 30, 2013, except if good cause for reconsideration is shown. Motion? Motion, Mr. Chairman. Second. Motion by Councilman Mazza, seconded by Councilman Sedano. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Agosto.
Is this for number 6?
Aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedanian.
Aye.
Councilmember Coleman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Wilson.
Aye. Next order of business, renewal of Bolsillo LLC for the 2012-2013 license term. Bolsillo LLC, inactive retail consumption license number 2004-33-142-012. City license number C-181, located at 501 517 Pennsylvania Avenue, connected to 1189, 1195 Mary Street, Elizabeth. Licensee has paid the 2012-2013 annual fees and tax owner certificate was received. Special ruling received from the Director of ABC pursuant to NJSA 33:1-12.39. Relief for the 2012-2013 license term. Director of ABC is requesting following condition be placed on license. No further renewals of this license shall be granted unless the license is being actively used at an approved site on or before June 30, 2013, except if good cause for reconsideration is shown. Need a motion?
Move that application, Mr. President.
Moved by Councilman Gollman. And a second. Second by Councilman Questa. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Acosta.
No.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedani.
Aye.
Councilmember Gollman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Gonzalez.
Aye. Next order of business, renewal of culinary retail consumption licenses for the year beginning July 1st, 2012, expiring June 30th, 2013. Applications and fees for renewal of culinary retail consumption licenses filed with the City Council for consideration and approval for renewal of the license year beginning July 1st, 2012, and expiring June 30th, 2013. This is attached for the number 33 licenses. Any conditions imposed for any of the licenses during the 2011-2012 license term should remain the same for the 2012-2013 license term. And if you look at the list, you have a list of those licenses before you for this item. There are 7 licenses in total. Do I have a motion?
Motion, Mr. President.
Motion by Councilman Gollman. Second? Second by Councilman Perkins. Roll call.
Councilmember Perkins Acosta.
Aye.
Councilmember Cuesta.
Aye.
Councilmember Sedani.
Aye.
Councilmember Gollman.
Aye.
Councilmember Mazza.
Aye.
Council President Gonzalez.
Aye. Next order of business, any old business? Old business, new business. I do have an item that I would like to bring up. And I'd like for the ABC attorney and council members to consider this as well. Having sat down on the ABC for several years and gone through a number of cases and issues in my own board with the license transfer, and I'm talking about the ordinance 5.08100. License transfer proximity to existing licensed premises exceptions, also known as the 1500-foot rule. I would, if you know this ordinance really pretty much applies to the airport, to the Kapkowski redevelopment, where any licenses can move to those areas. It also includes individual hardship cases, which we look at on an individual basis. What I would like to propose to add as an exception to these, as well as allowing retail consumption licenses, the number 33 licenses, which are restaurants and bars, and retail distribution licenses, the number 32 licenses, which are liquor stores, allowing them the ability to move from an R1, 2, or 3 zone to any C commercial zone. In addition to that, to be fair, allowing those that are in C zones to move to any other C zone, and these would be citywide. I think the time has come, the 1500-foot rule, the last time it was adopted was in 1999. to include the area to Katkowski redevelopment. I think the times and needs have changed considerably since then for our neighborhoods and businesses. I think this will be a positive thing for the businesses here in the city of Elizabeth, given the economic times. I think it would be a good thing as well for our neighborhoods, particularly for those establishments that are having problems and noise complaints are being made. It would give them an option in which to pursue some other business opportunity in some of these other areas as well. This will be, of course, less complaints that need to be investigated by the detectives, hopefully in ABC. At this time, that our staff need to be involved with these. Less complaints to city council as well. I hope, and I don't know, Rocco, what you would think initially about this recommendation to amend and change that particular ordinance.
I could draft that form of an ordinance and give it to you at your next conference and take a look at it and take whatever action or you would like that.
Mr. President?
Yes, Councilman Matt.
Okay, I can't if you remember 3 or 4 years ago when Mr. really was a member of the ABC, I actually requested all the liquor license, whether they were bar, liquor establishment, retail stores, especially in the area zoning C, to allow them to move whatever the location, because we wanted to excel in our business area instead of see like was by the church, dumping of empty liquor bottles or small bottles or whatever, and loitering around all the quote and unquote homeless people that put a couple dollars in a little bottle, they get drunk even further, throw up into people passing by. And that was also recommended by through the years. And I think it went through the law department or whatever, supposed to make some recommendation and check through the ABC, and it got stuck into the paperwork. So I like the idea, but also 1, 2, and 3 in a residential area that could move 1,500 or even more into the industrial area where there will be less noise and nuisance to the residential area.
Well, that's the idea, Councilman, that they will be able to move out of those zones beyond the 1,500 foot. The 1,500 foot rule prohibits them from moving beyond that. And we all know that each of us in our different wards and areas, we've had those establishments where neighbors complain about noise and fights and other things. And this would allow them that opportunity to go beyond that 1,500 foot and move into an area that may be more profitable for them and more appropriate for the business as well. It doesn't keep them within that 1,500 feet. And to be fair to the establishments that are already in C zones, allowing them the opportunity also to move between C zones themselves.
Things that worked out better for our city, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Matt. Any other comments?
Yes,
Councilwoman Purpose Dusty.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Mr. President, does this have to go before the planning board also in terms of,
My understanding is I have to go before city council for approval.
okay, secondly, are we going to limit how many times a license can be moved within a year or say every 3 years? You don't want to have like a lot, like someone moving 1 year and 6 months and moving again, and causing that type of instability within the market. So can we look at, maybe try to put some type of stipulations in terms of how many times a license can move?
Mr. DePaolo is going to be looking and researching it and putting something together and bringing it to us so this way the council can look at it and make recommendations to the ordinance.
I think the current ordinance called after 2 years you can move it again. Right now, but we have the law in the book after 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Mr. President, Councilman, yes, I'm sorry, Councilwoman, are you with them?
Yes, I'm finished, thank you.
Councilman Weston?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. I like your idea, I like the concept. I think that the statements made by Councilman Perkins Dusty are well taken, and I think we should be taken into consideration, and I will be happy to review the ordinance once it is prepared. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
Mr. President,
Councilman Bowman.
I was going back here. I just want to make sure that we explicitly spell out that a C zone license cannot move into an R zone. Just got to make sure we spell that out.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Any other comments? Mr. Papa, will look at and draft something for us?
I'll second.
Council? Okay.
No, something has to be drafted first. It has to be drafted first.
Yeah, we'll draft something for our immediate approval. Okay, the next regularly scheduled meeting of alcohol beverage control is Monday, October 22nd, 2012, at 7:30 in City Council Chamber, City Hall. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. President, Councilwoman Perkins, second. Seconded by Councilman Lattis.
Don't know if there's